Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus, and this is another attempt to see if I can shake you and wake you and move you. And when I'm talking about that, I'm speaking in regards to life, in regards to living. You know, I was thinking about how all of the years I've spent talking about how you can have your dreams come true, and more specifically 40 years, and I think about how it has not paid one bill. And I was about trying to go out and do a little karaoke tonight. Got outside and realized I didn't have any gas in the car. I didn't have any money to put gas in the car. So I had to change my plans about that. But it made me think about how many people each and every day find themselves put up against the situation where they do not have the necessary funds to accomplish whatever ends they might be pursuing. And for some strange reason, it's always their fault. And I can guarantee you that if you ask them, they wouldn't claim it as being their fault. But it always seems to be their fault. And it's amazing that all of these problems that go around, and they always exist, and it always is the person's fault. You might think after everybody is having these same problems, and everybody all over everywhere are having these problems, maybe it might not be just the individual all over this country having the same problem. It might be something else that's bringing that problem upon these individuals. And maybe we can't see it because we're so sold on trying to achieve that which is causing this pain and suffering on others is causing, or are benefiting by doing what they do. And whatever the situation is, or the reason behind it, it exists. And what I'm concerned about is it stopping. What I've always been concerned about is it stopping. You know, it reminds me of over in Ukraine where the war is going on, where one of the most evil individuals on the face of the earth, as far as I know, according to the information that I have received, is bombing and causing havoc on some more of an innocent people. And how these innocent people are calling on the outside community for help. And the outside community is dragging its feet, hoping that something happens, that it wins whatever the goals might be. They're just dragging its feet. And the Ukrainians are coming, come on, y'all, come on, I need you now, I need you now. That's the same way the pain and suffering that people feel in America, in its system of government. They are looking for solutions. They are looking for answers. And they're listening to people who say they got answers. And the population are constantly saying, come on, y'all, come on with it. We need answers, we need answers, we need the answers. And that it's like the lack of answers is just choking the lifeblood out of the American people. And the American people find themselves looking for an answer somewhere. And that made it easier for them to anoint themselves behind a guy like Donald Trump who would lie and tell all kinds of stuff that we call evil, exercise that. And these people still just looking for a way out, looking for something. And yet the American people not recognizing that the power is in their hands, even though they got a constitution set up, even though they got a legislative body, even though they got a process that says in order for these people to exist, you, the people, have to make that choice. Even though they're ignorant that they don't have to vote for that junk. Even though they should know that whatever they've ever tried has always failed. It didn't matter what kind of politics they had behind it. White, black, America, any other. It always failed. Always. Always. And if somebody get the initiative to say, we got to do something about that which causes the problem. And what is it? A lack of enlightenment. What is the enlightenment? That there is a power that says there's a way to do the things proper. There is a right way. And the only right way is that way which works for everybody. And if it doesn't work for everybody, then it's succumbing to that which we call satanic, which we call hell. Now, I want you to know, when it really comes down to it, until people change their mind, until people renew their minds. There are a lot of good things they will do. I'm not going to take that from them. They got a loving heart. But when it get right down to the nitty-gritty, they'll turn their back on you like a storm they're running from. And it doesn't matter who they are. They don't mean to do that. It is what the system that we live under has shaped and formed them to become. And there ain't no need of getting mad with them. Whatever you have to do, just do it. But at the meantime, let that be an inspiration to cause you to stand up and be a light to those in darkness. Let them know it's not, your enemy is not the guy that's sleeping across the bed from you. Your enemy is the system in which you and your mate have to endure every day. And rather than fight each other, you might as well engage yourself against the system that's the cause of your problems. And at least eliminate one part that allowed it to happen. That part was you sitting back not doing anything about it, fighting each other. No, that's not going to accomplish anything. So, this is why I want to know, are you ready? Now is the time. The pain is now. The suffering is now. We need it to stop now. We don't need to be talking about it. We don't need to be talking about going back. We don't need to be talking about we're going to whip them and we're going to make them be nothing and we're going to be everything. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the people are talking to on the political front. That means they don't care anything about you. And it means they're just recognizing that you don't care about yourself. They know you don't care about yourself because they haven't given you any reason to care about yourself. What church that you go to tells you that it is divine to care about all people? What church that you go to tells you that it is important that people have access to what the Almighty God has designed for them to have? And that definitely includes those things for survival, like food and clothing and housing. What church tells you that? What government agency you go to tells you that? What policy-making agency are making policies suggesting that these things address the concerns of the people? Where, anywhere, is that happening? So if nowhere that is happening, then where are you going to even get that concern from? Where are you going to get that knowledge from? The only way you're going to get it is that you got to care. You got to care. How? What makes you care? I don't know what makes you care. But I do know one thing. If you don't care, you're not going to do a darn thing. Not a darn thing. And so the people who care, it just makes it harder for them. But they can't stop just because you don't care. You know, I just want to say these things to you before I go to bed tonight because I couldn't do karaoke. And I want you to know that I don't like having to give up that kind of control to somebody else, whether I can go to do karaoke. I can't make up my mind just go on because I'm a free man. I got access to all that it would take for me to be free. I can just go on and do what I want to do. Nope, I'm bound by something else. And I don't like it. Some people say they don't like it. And they go out and commit crime and get pissed off and go get a gun and shoot, walk right in the street just shooting people because they're pissed off at the system that we live under. They are pissed off because you, the people, don't care. They don't know why you don't care. They just know you don't care because you're not doing anything. And so they shoot. They just get so angry. They don't mean to shoot. They just get so doggone angry they lose their minds. And this is part of the system. This is part of the result of the kind of system that we live under. And somebody keep begging you to change, where you don't have to go through any of this, where you can be living in peace and be prosperous, where everybody can have a job that they love. Wow. Man, I can't understand. You get to really be bound by, by some crazy stuff to stick on to it rather than make a change and let the God of love live through you. It's a sad statement, but that's where we are. So I don't know what I'll call this. Angry at what angry. Bye.